Hey love bugs, this is Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, as always, thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly, truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, what are you waiting for? Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. And if you feel like you can resonate with the videos that I put out, let me know where you're watching it from, or the different insight that you may want to share. You're comfortable doing that, or give a thumbs up and share. And anybody who's going through anything to get to something, I'm sending so much love, light, whatever you're needing for the battles and prayers that you don't speak on with other people, that you are really trying to overcome or see it through. Anybody who's coming in with nefarious ass vibes or Decepticon ass energies, whatever you're wishing for anybody is going to strongly become your reality. So hey, return the sender, and I rebuke. So no negative, what did I say? No monitoring spirits go deaf, evil eyes go blind, ill will talking on others for selfish reasons goes mute. And the video I'm doing today is the path that you're following that the devil tried to block. It is. You're going through a lot of different changes in your life that may seem like constant upheaval after upheaval after upheaval. And, it just seemed like, man, stuff ain't getting better. I'm trying to be, bold within myself. I'm just trying to allow myself to not take nothing personal. I go through, expect the unexpected, different things is happening, for my highest good. You got to try to, you have to be able to psych yourself out sometimes, because sometimes when you're going through that and you're in your emotions and emotions heightening, it just seems like an avalanche of stuff is coming out. And pretty much that's what it is. It's like everything is being dismantled that's in your life that may have been low vibrational, toxic, trauma bonding, false twin flames, and those are a blessing in disguise too. Karmic cycles, a lot of times we got to go through those things. You go through repetitive cycles all the time, and a lot of times it's just like, why do I gotta keep going through the same thing over and over again? Because there's something you're learning new from every time you go through a different experience. If you're allowing yourself to, get out your vibe, a lot of times you gotta woo-saw, woo-saw, because it's like our mind is powerful. That's the reason why folks be trying to manipulate that mess. You can see this is like, these storms are clearing my path. It's clearing everything that is no longer serving me, or it's not bringing any kind of, value towards my life. I'm leveling up. So there's a lot of things that's taking change in my life that, is benefiting me on the long run. And like I said, it just all depends on the mindset that we have. If you can be optimistic about this, like, yeah, I don't like this, but I have to understand you're on a new level, different devil. You're going to go through different challenges. A lot of times it can be predictable. A lot of times it don't. It can come and leg sweep you, and it'll be just like, dust it off. Yeah, it kind of hurt when you probably could have landed on gravel or something like that. Could have been, it depends on what you're facing and what you're going through. These different challenges are really, basically it's like strengthening you in different ways. It's giving you so many different downloads of, being able to know you're being divinely guided. You're being heavily protected. Don't worry about the things that are out of your control. Don't worry so much. Don't stress so much. It's like easier said than done. When you're going through these things, but when you're open to those kind of possibilities, it's just like, I see the way my mindset go work and the energy I have when I'm just full of doubt, or, I'm moving through fear, or it's like my ego and my pride is really getting to me. But when you're allowing yourself to be honest with yourself and say, you're entitled to feel that way, especially if you're going through a lot of different things that don't make sense to you. different things that has placed you in hardship, that it'll be different when you're doing different things where okay, this is not good, but I'm doing it anyway because you're trying to cut corners. And it'll be like when you're that one that's chosen, there's no corners that you can be able to cross like that. There'll be a lot of times where they'll tell you, hey, you don't even have to lift a finger to do this. You just got to keep your mindset this, and that. Or you don't know what your ancestors and spirit guides are doing behind the scenes for you. We just need you to be patient. We just need you to be guided towards different things where you're appreciating every outcome that comes up into your life, whether it was something that was hindering or something that was really, that just hit you and hurt you to the core, allowing yourself to go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off and say, you know what, let me allow myself to heal. Let me put an ointment of self-love to it. Give my patience of healing. I'm going through so many different things where, don't be that person where you want to cover up and mask up the different things that, you went through. Especially if you're on like a journey like me. You don't have to go by every detail of saying I went through this, because I already know I got people that's watching me that's praying the worst on me. And I still just gotta pray, for you to whoever is going against me for no apparent reason, find their peace. And I had to be able to learn these different things, because I've learned a lot, from wishing the worst on somebody, end up getting clapped back with, it was with that, like I really hit karma. I was really going through different things when I allowed my emotions to get away. Now it's at that point where it's just like, what, it's just better left unsaid. Even when there'll be certain things like, you that type of person, like, you on this healing journey, and there'll be certain things that just really want to push your buttons. And this is just like, everything is like a practice test to prepare you for something better. You're going to have to go through different things that's going to trigger you. You're going to have to, be able to face the fears of different things that's your pet peeve. Whatever your pet peeve and your worst fear of, there's a lot of us that we had to live through our fears. I had to live through every one of them. And when I say my fears were, this was a heavier weight than the fears I had. It was like enhanced towards that. And for me to be able to say, it wasn't easy for me to face a lot of those fears. Some of them I'm still healing through, and that's okay. I still allow myself to go through that every day. There may be a day I'm not going to be okay. That's okay for you to not be okay all the time. There'll be a day where you got a chip on your shoulder, especially if you're trying to do the right thing, and it's just like stuff it's just like it's like you talking to a brick wall, or you going through prayer and it feel like God ain't paying no attention to you, or it's just like my prayers are going unheard. And a lot of times we feel that way when we're really going through stuff, and it's just like we don't realize when we were being placed in the middle of that battlefield, and it'd be like we thinking we're done, and it will be just certain things where God will tell you, hey, sit back, I got this. Or, hey, it's time for you to come and move up front in the ultimate cavalry. We're going through different changes. I called you to go through these different things because you're being used as an example. There's a lot of stuff that people go through, like, and it's just like some of us done went through some stuff that there's no way. Like, if you get through this, how did you get through this? How do you have a good mindset? How are you seeing positivity out of something that was so corrupt, so, trife, so gutter? How were you able to do that? How were you able to, not allow anger and vengeance and keeping vendettas, where you just walked away from all that? There's going to be so many people that are going through some tough things, and I remind people that all the time. You don't realize how inspiring your glow up of change, even when you don't feel like you glowed up. You are nowhere near the person that started this journey. Nowhere near. You have learned a lot, even when it feel like you haven't. There'll be a lot of things that you all of a sudden automatically. It'll be just like, dang, I was like, how did I know that? And then you knew because you had to go through these different experiences. That's the thing the devil don't want you to know. Just like you can stand in your power. It's just like you can allow your power to create something. Just create something. It'll just be, it'll be a mic drop when you're doing that. Like, you get that last, like, you know, people didn't believe on me, you know, didn't believe in me. People were sleeping on me. People were doubting on me. They were throwing hate towards me. You know, I'm being ridiculed. I was being lied on. You know, I was being projected as being whatever. You know, your character was damaged. All these different things. And you didn't allow that to stop you. You know, you allowed yourself to keep moving no matter how tough it got. I mean, there will be some times where, you know, you tell God, I'm tired. I'm spent. You know, I'm running on fumes. And it's just like, even when you're working hard, you need to learn how to rest even harder, because you're going through a lot of things that's going to take a lot of energy. You are cutting cords with things that's no longer serving you. You're allowing yourself to be in peace with certain things that just tore your whole life apart. You know, you probably held grudges on a lot of people, on a lot of different reasons. And a lot of times you had every right to. But this is at that time, you know, because it's to me where I felt like it was hard to forgive, because it felt like I was condoning what people were doing to me, you know. And I had to be in that vibe. It's just like, you know, you're doing something wrong. You got to cover it up with a lie to be able to still do stuff, because you don't want to feel guilty about what you did to somebody, or, you know, you were bleeding on somebody who didn't even cut you. And you had to be that person where you had to understand that was a person or a situation you were placed in, because this is what our generation has gone through. You know, because there's a lot of times it's like when we dealt with things, we overcome things, we had a deeper understanding, we allowed ourselves to really make peace with certain things. It was just, there ain't no way, no. Like, you still mad about it. Yeah, it could be 5,000 years later and you still holding a grudge on something. But this is like where you need your peace, you need your happiness. These are different things where, you know, if you don't have these people in your life no more, you're no longer in this situation. Hell, you may not even be on that level or even mindset anymore. This is like, give that up. This is a time in your life where you don't know the right choices you're making in the downloads, and you're allowing your downloads to really guide you towards something. And it's just like, you know, when we're going through so many different situations, we don't hear when God in the universe is talking. You know, talking to us is really doing it. Because there'll be different times where I'll be in a funky mood, or I just want to listen to music and I'll just dance. And I have so many different varieties of music. You know, I got Soundgarden on my phone, or, you know, I'm listening to Lil Mama or something like that. It'll be so many different songs that I got from different eras and stuff like that, or it would be on different moods. And sometimes I even download songs that just fits right with something that I'm going through, and I'll be like, oh shoot, talk to me, universe, talk to me. And I'll start laughing. It's like, dag, okay, that knows what I felt, you know. And it's just like, you're looking back, and it's not looking back like you're wanting to dwell on the past, but you can finally say, this changed me in so many different ways. I wasn't expecting it to. You know, this is a type of situation that makes people bitter. This is the type of thing that makes you, you know, you turn your heart cold, or make you be living in regret because of the nice things you did for people that didn't even deserve it. And I'll tell you, you know, when I've gone through stuff like that, and I went through that a lot, it was just like, never allow somebody to harden your heart. Okay, you were a blessing to somebody. Somebody needed somebody to be genuine with them, even when they weren't ready for that, because they're probably used to dealing with fraudulent activity of energies, or, you know, they're used to dealing with people that probably are heavy in manipulation. And you need to be that person to say, look, you know, I'm not coming here and I don't have no evil intentions, I don't got no motives. You know, I may have been a person that didn't even, been loved the way I was supposed to be loved, so I'm looking out here for it. You had to go through all these different things to show you this is the clues and the characteristics people have when they're a narcissistic energy. These are the different things that you need to look for when you're trauma bonding, or you're going through codependency type vibrations, or, you know, love bombing and gaslighting and stuff like this. You know, it's like, when I came on this journey, I didn't know what none of that stuff was. And it was like, if I didn't go through these situations, I wouldn't know how to overcome different things, or, you know, just understand it's like change and forgiveness and healing ain't gonna take overnight. But it's just like, when you know you're dedicated towards it, because a lot of times we are dedicated to things that is not good for us. We dedicated on different people we're trying to stay connected to, where we need to seriously part ways with. There'll be so many different things, and it'll make me think about that. It's like, dang, I remember I was so passionate about this situation or this circumstance, or this is what I wanted. And then when you start getting towards that vibration, it was just for you to experience that. And it's like, okay, is this where my life may be taking me? Or is this where my purpose may, blossom at? And it's just really up to where God wants you, where you being placed. We had to go through all these different changes. It's like even the setback, anything that negative was like the part of the plan. You getting hurt was a part of the plan. You had to be neglected or whatever like that. And then it's just like when you have gone through all these different things of abuse with the A on it, you gotta be selective about the things you say on here. But you had to go through these different things, and when you were able to come out way better than you even expected, or you surpassed those different things, it's just like, I remember when I first had to accept this, that, and the third, I just couldn't digest this. Like, no, this did not happen to me. No, why didn't I see the signs? It's like, why was I so stupid? There'll be so many different things that go in your mind when you're dealing with heartbreak, or you're dealing with grief, death of a loved one. These different things. You're going through separation of a divorce, or you may decide that you want to come out the closet or something like that. There's a lot of people that are going through changes, and these experiences that we had is a part of that growth. And when you allowed yourself to keep moving, it's just like even the things that are sent to hinder you or sent to distract you, those are also blessings too. You can either allow different things to basically guide you and say, this can never happen for you. Your dreams are too big, or you don't have enough money, you don't have enough resources, you don't have that many followings, you don't have that many views. Anything can happen within an hour. Anything can happen within a second. Anything can happen. If you're applying good towards your knowledge and you're being open to be guided by the universe, anything is possible in your life. And when you start moving like that, that's what the devil is. He's gonna go crazy. Because it's like, God and devil have proven a point. Devil will be just like, oh, I'm going to make them, feel like, that good things is never coming. Like, the enemy got the upper hand, and they getting all this and this and that. And, and they'll be like, God is like, what did I tell you? I told you, whatever I have for you is what I have for you. Whatever door I open, nobody, man can shut. I'm going to give you a blessing regardless of who feel like you deserve a blessing or not. Or if I put you on this kind of pedestal, or if I put you on this type of level, it's because you were meant to be there. Regardless if you don't got the certifications, the doctorate, or whatever. If I put you there, there's a reason why I put you there. And if I put you there, ain't nobody else can take you down. But then you got all these different things that's coming on where, the devil is going to put different stuff that's, wants you to, money, fortune, and fame. Being out there, being in the spotlight or whatever. That's, I want to be worshipped. I want to be idolized. Different stuff like that where you're on that 3D vibe. And I'm not saying that everybody who's doing that is on a shallow vibe. Whatever. It's all about how you feel like, you want to go about it. This is just my thing. When it goes towards that, it's good to be, well known if that's what you want to do. Or it's good to be, very talented at what you do. Everybody has a gimmick, or everybody has a talent, or a certain thing that's special about them. That's what makes us individuals. That's the things where we can be inspired by different things, or you got to be able to read between the blurred lines. Everything we see on social media ain't all glitz and glamour. There comes some tacky stuff and, different things that's uneven or whatever, but it's all about what we choose to show. All about what we choose to talk about. I mean, it's not everybody's business about what you go through. It ain't everybody's business about what I go through. I could be around people and they don't even know what I'm going through if I don't allow it to be known. And I went through those changes, and I appreciate those changes, and I understand those changes. A lot of times I was like, this is stupid. I'm tired of going through this. And then all of a sudden, when I got out my feelings, and God was like, okay, this is what I was trying to tell you, but you were too much in your feelings and you were mad at me because this, and that. So now you're starting to see, you be like, oh, my bad. I apologize. It'll be something that I feel real small about, but I'm going to give God his props. I said, Yeah, this goes by his understanding, not ours. A lot of times we don't understand why we got to go through constant hardship, or, why people are mean or evil and just, walking spawns of Satan in the world. We don't understand that, All it is that we know we got to get better, but it takes time. It's like, God has been preparing us for this. We've been going through it for a lot of times. A lot of things is coming out full front. God is blessing people, and He's blessing people, and He's also putting people on Front Street that, had it coming. It'll be so many different changes that's coming on in the world. Like, you got to be ready. You got to be ready for everything, and just make sure you're doing everything with good intentions. And when you're going in good intentions, something's going to always happen good for you. And a lot of times when you're going full force and you're doing things, and it's not in selfish needs or anything like that, but when there's time for you to choose self. Don't never ever allow somebody to let you feel guilty because you chose yourself. A lot of people are doing what they want to do. Hell, now it's your turn. If people feel like they can live without you, allow them to do that. Don't force people to be in your life. If there's different things that's happening where it shows you, even if you don't want to admit it, where it's showing you deserve better. You need to choose. You need to be a little bit more precise than very picky and selective about who you allow yourself to connect with, what energies you choose to be around, what you allow people to know about you, and be those different things and changes is really creating better for you. So you allow yourself to keep going, keep allowing yourself to be divinely guided, because it's just like, it's really disappointing. A lot of things, just put it that way. I'm gonna leave that there, and you take it how you want to take it, but you just allow yourself to keep going. No matter what is taking place, you just keep moving for you, keep doing better. And don't allow different things you're going through that's out your control to make you bitter. Alright, you'll see me on my next video. Like I said, if you ever feel generous enough to drop a donation, please do. It'd be greatly appreciated. If you want to get in contact with me or connect with me on different social media handles, all that is in the description box below. Keep, even through social distancing, please keep giving out love. Words, vibes, frequencies. You never know. That can really take somebody somewhere, and just because you're coming from the heart to do it, it can take you even further. So much love. I say shalom. God bless. Namaste. I love y'all. Peace.